For more on this, we're going to speak to political analyst and professor at the State University of New York's Maritime College, Mark Meirowitz. Thanks very much for being with us. So let me ask you, first of all, your reaction to the news today. As I was saying before, it was widely expected. But what does it tell us about the system in the U.S. and the state of democracy right now?
Well, it really is extraordinary in every respect, not just the legal part, but the political part. Look, the point of this indictment is to connect a lot of dots. In other words, to show that the false statements that Trump made, in effect, led to the January 6th insurrection. And that is, if you read the indictment, I read it through. I didn't read every word, but I read it through. That is going to be a very difficult undertaking. But what is interesting about all this is that what we are going to see coming up in the next few months are these legal proceedings with Trump and an election for the presidency in 2024, which will focus only on Trump, the 2020 election, and Biden in the 2020 election, and isn't going to focus on the very pressing and very significant issues that Americans are facing going forward in the future. And that, to me, is very, very sad. Also, in this indictment, there's a lot of interesting points. Pence, for example, is a candidate for president. Interesting, isn't it? And a lot of the case hinges on Trump's trying to convince Pence to overturn the electoral votes. So there's a lot of politics here besides legality.
And one of the risks of charging Trump will include inflaming even more distrust in what his supporters say is a partisan investigation, and thereby injecting more turmoil into what is already a very inflamed and divided public. So I've got to ask you, as an American, is this something that really concerns you?
Excuse me. I'm very concerned about it because if you look at the analysis of this right now on all the networks, you have a completely different story on each network. So they're not really looking at the legality of it. They're looking at the political aspects of it. And that is disturbing. In other words, our political system, as I think you asked, is really being challenged here as to whether it can survive this kind of a debate. Very problematic, in my opinion.
Good to get your thoughts on this, Mark Meirowitz in New York. Thanks very much for being with us.